Welcome back to Dawn Patrol. Time to welcome the Master of Fun to the show, Mason Ho, causing some real headaches for one of our title contenders yesterday with a big win in the second round. Mason, how good is it to be in your second CT event, and how are you enjoying the experience?
I wish I knew the words to explain it, but I'm having the best time of my life.
And what about Portugal? What do you make of this place?
Oh, this is one of my favorite places to go, just because it reminds me of home a lot, but it's all on sand, so it makes it even more fun. You could just demolish yourself.
Beautiful. I think one of our favourite things is the fact that you never sacrifice your own personal approach or style when you pull the jersey on. Is that something that you are committed to, not conforming to, say, the criteria and just going out there and doing what you do?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, usually I want to, oh my gosh, usually I want to do a little more, like, not show off a little more, but do a couple little lines that a lot of guys, when I'm watching the events, I don't see them do it, but then when I'm, like, thinking about it, going for it, I'm like, I better tone it down, because I don't want to, like, look like I'm showing off or having, like, I'm having this much more fun. Like, it's like, no, everyone's having a blast, so I'll kind of, like, sometimes I won't do some lines that I want to do just because they're kind of showy.
Well, that seems like it might have helped you a bit in that heat with Julian, because Julian kind of put together that traditional heat where he looked for some open face and went for 2 or 3 turns, where you kind of really held strong. I think your Pops was having you stay on those little hollow right-handers.
Yeah, Pops and Wilco kind of had me on the right. But yeah, no, I did see Julian like ripping the left. I kept seeing him do it, and he was surfing really good, like how I want to surf on that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just kind of stick to my little plan. I usually don't stick to them, but this time I kind of did, and it paid off.
That first little right-hand barrel kind of reminded me of one of your favourite little surf spots at home without the rocks. Must have felt pretty comfortable when that A-frame stood up.
Yeah, totally. It was exactly like some spots we got at home. A couple like just quick little slabs, but usually there's a couple consequences, and that one was just like all sand.
You went to the air reverse again. We saw that. It was the standout manoeuvre of that heat. And you used the same move to upset Mick Fanning in the first round down at Bells Beach. It's good to have that little trick up your sleeve, I guess.
Yeah, it's just like your average air reverse, but then it seems like if you really put your eye on where you want to hit it, and you got like that nice momentum speed going, if you like really put your eye there and you hit it right there, you're gonna go like way higher than. And if you're kind of just playing numb to it all, you're just gonna do a little one. I hate it when I do those little ones.
I was just going to say, is it harder to get those manoeuvres done in a jersey in a major heat like that?
Well, some contests it's a little hard to do it. I don't know, something about here, or when I'm in these CTs, it just I feel like all these guys are so much more favored that I kind of have nothing to lose, so I just go. Seems like when you're super confident doing something, you're gonna do it. And if you even think of a little pullback or any kind of like turn your surfing down or all that stuff, you're just gonna fall over.
Well, speaking of that, your next matchup's with Felipe, and I think this is a really cool heat because Felipe, like you, is gonna look for the ramp or look for something big. He's a knockout puncher. He's not gonna try and kind of tank a few maneuvers to the beach. But this wave benefits both you guys. So are you excited for that matchup?
Yeah, I totally feel like that. I got a bunch of thoughts about that heat and myself and Philippe and all that, but I probably shouldn't say anything because he might be watching. I don't want to get him too psyched.
You guys hold your cards close. Can't reveal any secrets of...
Well, I would. The waves look really nice right now. I was kind of just hoping they'd have it. Supposedly what's going to get like 10 feet or something. That'd be pretty fun to have Philippe out there and that stuff. Just because we both surf it pretty good, and but this stuff I can't like say I don't want to surf against them out here because it's just like perfect pipes and the ramps and whatever. Let's like do this.
It's going to be a good battle for sure.
Renegade.
Well, stay with us, Mason, because we're going to have more from Mr. Ho after the break. Welcome back. This morning we're joined by one of the real danger men, one of the 3 wildcards already through to the 3rd round of the Moche Rip Curl Pro, Mason Ho. And Mason, just during the break we were talking a little bit about yourself and your addition to the Rip Curl team and just what's come from that this season. 2 CT victories, and one thing that you're really excited about is Rip Curl relaunching the search this year.
Yeah. I'm like honored and thankful and all those pretty words about getting on Rip Curl, just because they're such a cool company, and it's just everyone surfs. Everyone you meet, you think it's like a business guy, and then he just takes off his business suit. He's got trunks and he's in the barrel. But now, yeah, it's all like so surfed out over there that it's just so fun, so easy to do business. I feel like business and surf business are so different, and if you can like do the surf business right and everyone clicks, it could be really good.
Beautiful. Now, the search has been running for a long time, obviously. Tom Curran, Chris Davidson, Nathan Hedge, those guys had that opportunity years ago. And now it's relaunching, and you got the opportunity to take your first trip on the search. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, my first trip on the search was really fun, just because I was in Bali right before for a couple of weeks with Tom Curran, and that was one of I've never hung out with a guy. I've always heard the coolest stories about him from like my dad and my uncle and all friends and stuff, and I got to hang with him and see a couple stories firsthand and be a part of a couple. And then I was trying to poke at him for some little search like deals, because I knew I was going on one, and he gave me a couple, but yeah. Then I went over to, am I even allowed to say where I went?
I don't think you are.
No, yeah, I went to like this place where you don't need wetsuits, and we got so barreled. Yeah, we got so barreled, and we were staying at this little like funny resort where no one really was. And then I just remember Wilco and Gabriel had to leave early, so they left and they took all the board bags, and I had like the most boards there but no board bags. So I was thinking, how am I gonna fly back with no bags? But it was funny, I had like this yoga mat, and I just wrapped it around and tied all my leashes and put a couple little things, and I don't know, I was kind of proud. It looked all funny and didn't get no dings, and I was like looking at it though, like, oh, this is the search, this is what everyone's talking about. I'm actually like doing it right now.
Well, tell us about your experience at Teahupo'o, because I know you're comfortable at pipe, but Teahupo'o's a whole different beast, and you got to tackle it for the first time.
Yeah, Teahupo'o, I feel like that place is like just a huge lollipop or something, or like a big, huge piece of candy. Just because at home in Hawaii, it feels like you got to work a little bit for, like, the wave was so beast-like when I was out there. And at home, you have to work to get those really pretty beast ones. And for some reason out there, it's just like, here, you want a 10-footer, you want a 12-footer, you want a 15-footer? And it's like if you want it, you could go get it. And it's like when you're a kid, you just want all this candy.
Did you want it from the outset?
Oh, I wanted it. Like, that's kind of why it took me so long to get over there, was because I kind of knew I was going to go, like, I don't want to say
It's that ledge, huh? You know it's going to break right there. Pipe, you have to search a bit.
Exactly.
You can get a lot of room. That ledge just let you sit right on that button.
Totally. And I went over there just my whole life when I was a kid. Everyone's always like, why haven't you been there yet? And I'm just like, you guys, trust me, it's good. I'm like, I might die when I go. I know how hard I'm going to go. Just because I see everyone like doing the whole things, like when those ones come, and because I just hear like talking, and I just hear people like, oh, there's these ones where you just can't go, like the black ones or whatever, and just my whole, for years, I'm just like, any black ones, I don't care what, like I'm gonna try go, but I didn't have my boards and stuff over there, so it was a little more tricky. I feel like if I had like my longer boards and whatnot, I could have maybe pulled something.
Well, Mason, I know I'm from the North Shore as well, and I know it's so easy to stay home, but I really admire that you've in the last couple of years have made the effort to do the QS. You must have had some inspiration from your pops and Uncle Derek. Exactly,
Uncle Derek, and my sister too. They kind of, it's like a nice, what is it, when you go bowling, those bumper rails, like even though I might throw it totally off, or I'm on like over this, like, oh my gosh, I could just go get barreled or whatever. It's like, boop, I got those bumper rails, like Uncle Derek, Dad, Coco. I can't even, like, I know not to even mention it, but when I even think it, I think of those three, and I just go boop right back on my course. Like, I just want to be in the best waves.
No gutter balls.
What's that?
No gutter balls.
No gutter balls. Yeah,
Only
I just want to strike.
Well, I mean, I remember growing up on the North Shore, and all I wanted to do was be, at that upper echelon of professional surfing. And it is hard because you have the talent where you could stay home and be a professional surfer at home. But you have to, to qualify for the tour, you have to go on a QS tour, which is a lot of beach breaks, and you got to get out of your comfort zone.
Totally.
But so, what's your goals?
Well, my goals, I just made a little goal last night, just because this year a few qualifying events are kind of small, and you just catch yourself you catch yourself almost writing off the qualifying tour. But really, it's all these good waves, and they all try to make them at the best waves possible. But no, it just seems like when you get caught on some of those small days, maybe you lose a heat and it's dead flat, you almost go home and you're like with your friends like talking about it, not so positive. And last night I just heard one of my friends kind of talking a little negative. I'm like, I'm over talking negative about the like qualifying. Never talk too negative, but it's just like enough where you're just like, oh, I want to be on the best waves ever. But I don't know, just like
it's a stepping stone to this tour.
Totally. It makes it so when you do surf like those not so great days, it's like you're gonna perform. It's like you're gonna have a show. You can't just have guys who can only surf this kind and this kind, because the world tour seems like it's so many different waves. But yeah, so my new goal is like anything. If I hear anything, the qualifying tour or anything comes up, I'm just like talking, like hyping it up super hard.
Yeah, because that happens on the CT as well. There's good days and bad days, and you've got to. We say you got to slay those dragon days to get to the princess days.
You got to adapt.
Unfortunately for Julian and Owen, they weren't able to do that in this contest.
Yeah.
You might get the opportunity to score some big barrels in this event, which would be very exciting for you.
I'll be so excited for that. I've been trying not to like talk about that too much, but yeah, it'd be cool if it dredges out and we get some nice barrels.
So Ross was bringing up a fantastic point about Hawaii and the QS, and you have had amazing QS success. You've had a victory at Sunset in the HIC. You were runner-up at the start of the year to the Vulcan Pipe Pro. How are you going to take that success that you can experience in Hawaii and put it into those smaller waves?
Yeah. Well, that's a good one, just because at home I'm more like, I don't know. I guess maybe not I'm known to be the small wave guy, but at home I'm kind of like the small wave guy. So I figure I get some confidence when I'm at home in Hawaii, because there's so much gnarly guys, and you gotta be confident to hang out with them, just to hang, and then to surf with them. It's like another barrier of confidence you're trying to break. But I feel like if I could just take all that confidence when I'm over there and just take it on the road, but not be too confident, and just kind of be ready for everyone, know that I'm not like the man at all these places. Like sometimes I try and tell myself, but you gotta just be ready for everybody and not underestimate everyone, and have a good board. And for me, it's really good health. When I have good health and a good board,
ready to go.
You'd be doing everyone a favor, bringing that confidence and making a tour, because you have so many fans, Mace. We're all pulling for you.
Thanks.
I hear them. Get you on a CT, man.
Yeah. And Mason, best of luck in this contest. Obviously, a big third round heat coming up, but also best of luck on the QS. You're in 85th position there. There's still some major events to come, and we saw Dusty Payne go from the 90s all the way to a qualifying position last season, so best of luck there as well.
Thank you so much.
We'll be watching. Well, it is time to start setting up for the first heat of the day. It's Kai Otten up against CJ Hobgood, and for that we'll bring in Joe Tappel and former world champ Martin Potter.